Okay, good morning class. How are you?
Good.
How's the production? Now it's doing well.
Like our favorite tech.
How many furnaces are you running now?
Fine.
5. So that show is quite good.
Market no.
Oh, no. Never mind. Alright. Today, our topic, we're talking about work order management and CMMS rollout plan. Okay. Now, work order management, that is the main thing about CMMS. It's a core of a CMMS. It's the heart of CMMS. Okay. Today, we learn about this work order. So we'll go through the whole process of work order so that we can then create a work order, how to manage a work order. Henry, you've been moving well in the work order. You're moving well in the work order.
Not really.
You have been opening, you have 100 over work order. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How do you find? Very difficult to fill in all the information, is that correct?
The information is alright, just that the problem is with the spare part because
Yes.
I'm not the spare part list. I cannot
Right.
capture.
Okay, so to make a work order,
But I require the license to the water.
yeah,
Because we are not in the plant, right? Somehow they do their work within the inside the plant, like technical team calling for them, and then they do the work, right? But
Yeah.
they included inside the work order.
Yeah.
But they don't have the license to create the work order.
yes,
That's why I require this number for them.
correct. We will work it out because you remember the previous one training that we want to add in more user,
Yeah.
full user. So we're going through this, all right? So we're going through this work order, how many more license you want, and then we are actually prepared to take more license. But we don't want to take it in the early stage because in the early stage, one license you take, you have to pay, right? So that's why we want to order when we really want to use it. That is what after this rollout plan, after we plan out the rollout, how we going to roll out, how many people to involve, how many license more to take. All right? Well, let's see. Okay, those who haven't known me, this is, I'm a mechanical engineer, okay? I've been working in the heavy industry since day one. I've been working in the steel industry, started with rolling mill, and then with arc furnace. The arc furnace is very, very much similar to your submerged arc furnace, okay? But the cycle time is different. The power is different. And I've been working in steel structure and also aluminum industry, aluminum smelting. So I worked in press cutter before. And I just got my trainer, okay, it's registered, and I have to go to register for my accreditation in the next few months. Alright?
Your sleep engineer still available.
Yes, I'm still having my steam engineer and what's his name already?
Just the cook for you.
Victor. Yeah, Victor. Victor has been communicating with me on the heat recovery. Okay, that's a very good topic. They already sent me all the documents. Now I'm going through the documents. Very interesting. Power generation, electrical beer, yeah, like it very much. Yeah, okay, you like it very much. Alright. Now, this morning session, we will concentrate only on the work order management. Okay, when you look at work order management, what do you think actually work order management? Is it only for filing purpose, only for recording and filing? That is not. That is not. Okay. Work order in the CMMS is an active software that a lot of automation feature inside. Okay, it automated the workflow. Alright? So let's look at it one by one. Let's look at the overview. So when we talk about work order, it's a whole process. How you initiate it, then go through the whole process until ending. Okay? After ending, how you file it and how you retrieve the information. And in the later stage, the next module will be how to generate reports or export it out, okay, to the Excel sheet, and then you can analyze in the Excel sheet. More importantly, a work order, it consists of key components. If you can use this work order by using properly all the key elements, the work order becomes very meaningful to you. Because the work order only have few mandatory parameters. All others are optional. Right? If you only use a few mandatory, it really don't really help you. It really help you is how you make full use of all the parameters inside. So we will go through the key element, key component of a work order. So maximize the information in the work order. How we identify a work order is important. Which work order you have to pay attention, which work order you can focus. All this automatically will sort out for you. But remember, a software is still a garbage in, garbage out. Meaning, if your guy, the technician, when they initiate the work order, if they do not judge well whether this is priority, very important, or very urgent, then it don't bring you that priority for you. You are not able to identify which one is really urgent, which one is you can plan it later. Okay, so feature is there, but how to use it, it depends on also how you input the information. So have to train the technician. They have to be actively think about it, to train them how to differentiate it and how to place in the priority level. Okay, and so that we can do a more effective scheduling. Right? So that is the overview of a work order. Okay, the next one. Is it important? Why is it important? Effective and efficiency is the one that we always stress on you for the maintenance job. Right? Okay? This is the one that very difficult to achieve. On time. Why? Because people, how to train them to be on time, this is difficult. You have to push them, you have to make them a habit. Right? Do you agree this is the biggest challenge? On time? Right, Christopher? Is your guy doing on time? So how they can become on time? What is your method that you used before?
WhatsApp.
Throw them
Throw them spanner.
WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp. Now, this is where we are overusing the WhatsApp. Right? WhatsApp only good for communication. nothing more than communication, right? It's a reminding, how you remind them, how you request them to do work. So this is the one of the area that need to keep on reminding them, keep on asking them to do the job. Yeah, until so much though they become a habit. This is where a success of CMMS, work order system. If they are not able to do on time, right, the whole system got no meaning. Then it become what? Only a filing. You don't want to do it just for filing purpose. For filing, you don't need this CMMS system. The system that actively reminding you, actively changing the status, all these are all depend on time. That only is meaningful. Right? Clear instruction. Now, how you give work order now? How do you give work order now? By SMS? Everything by SMS. Everything by WhatsApp. It's so easy to use and free of charge. But when you want to do tracking, so you go to scroll it. But you can't do sorting. You can't do categorizing. So there is a difference between WhatsApp and a system, right? Okay, but if you can combine using WhatsApp with this system, then that's the best. Because this system, they have their own messaging, but the own messaging, they are not so convenient as the WhatsApp. Because you will be paying a lot of attention to WhatsApp, right? Because that is already part of your life. Part of your life. If you don't look at WhatsApp, you don't feel easy. But people don't really every time look at this system. Right? They say like you install this app. Are you looking at the app all the time? No. But you will be looking at WhatsApp. Why? Because WhatsApp has a lot of personal information. Girlfriend will call you, family will call you, friend will call you. That's why you pay a lot of attention in WhatsApp. Is that correct? So that is where we still cannot omit WhatsApp. WhatsApp is use it just for communication and reminding. That's good. Okay? But we can record the clear instruction inside the work order because that can kept as a history in your work order. Communication. This is one of the features that you single out the information that you don't mix with WhatsApp. Alright? So I would think WhatsApp is good for reminding, but not for processing information. Your communication, when you call it, when you record the information, yeah, all this, you can use it in CMMS. Collaboration, how you work together. Probably electrical. Later on, I found whether it is convenient because when you share with equipment the information in the category, meaning all the information of any equipment that break down will go to you. Then you will have a lot of information to process. If you are able to process that information, that's fine. Okay? But if you think that that is very confusing, maybe you want to single out. But you can decide later. Okay? So we call it collaboration, how to work together in a team. It's called collaboration. And accountability. Now, under the employee, you can do tracking. Each employee, what kind of tasks you already given to him. Then you can analyze after a week, after a month. You can pull this information out and see this employee, how many work you have given to him. Has he executed all the work? Okay. So if you know how to use it wisely on this accountability, actually it's very helpful to you, for you. Otherwise, how you can remember what kind of job you already given to him? How you want to analyze his job? How many tasks actually he has involved? Okay? So that is how we talk about accountability. Then this job, after you pass to him, whether he has completed well, you can actually put a comment. There's a lot of places that you can write notes in the work order. So you can work order, you can describe what is the particular interest or topic that you want to remind yourself or you want to keep it in records. So accountability, that will help you. Okay? So that is why the work order in CMMS is very, very important. Clear? Any questions so far? Then I move on. Okay, what is the objective? I think this is everybody know. When we talk about maintenance, it's always reduce downtime, reduce cost, production cost, maintenance cost, improve equipment, and I don't know whether you pay a lot of attention on safety when we talk about safety. It's the equipment safety. Equipment safety. Even you can program, Christopher, you even can program, okay, your inspection by DOSH, like vessel, like crane. You know, you can program inside, and 1 year later, you may forget. A lot of time, need the safety department go after you. This one go for inspection already due, but you can keep it into this CMMS as a work order. You know, you will initiate an information to you that this is due for inspection. Right? It depends on how you're familiar with the system and how you can use it effectively. So that is why we have all these objectives for a work order in the CMMS. Alright? Any question so far? It's only an overview. Some benefits to attract your attention. Okay? Now, in order for you to work well in the work order, okay, actually there are a lot of sub-modules inside this software. Right? All these sub-modules will go around as a core, as I told you just now. It's a core for the CMMS. When you talk about CMMS, the workflow of a CMMS, nothing more than a work order system. Eventually you get the work done. Right? You need to get the work done. And so everything now will come circulate around and make the work order as a core to process your work. Okay? You look at it, at the background, I show a picture that there's a lot of paper. I don't know how you track your work order now. Do you track your work order?
Track every day.
Yeah. Whenever you give instruction, do you track the instruction that you've given to them? Are you using paper?
No, I'm using whiteboard.
Whiteboard? That is not work order, that's only title.
The work order I didn't give to the
So actually-
technician yet.
Yeah?
I haven't give to the technician yet.
Right.
We only use the list, and then what they do is through WhatsApp, still through WhatsApp, and then
Yeah.
I will fill it out inside
Right.
the work order. and
Right.
use it.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure the
Right.
correct information.
Right. So you will be busy doing critical work. You will be busy doing critical work.
Mm.
Is that correct?
Mm.
Because They will give you the paper, then you have to key in. That's the critical work.
Double work.
Right? Double work, triple work. That is where one of the topic that we are going to talk today is how to get engagement with the technician. How this technician actually will involve in your work. Because now you are doing work for them. Until you are so busy that you got no time to manage. Yes or no? Everybody that agree to my statement, put out your hand. Sure. Right? You are too busy working their work. Right? You should do your work and let them do their work. Because when you do for them, they will say, my boss do it, why should I? So this is a change. How you change the whole work culture.
Yeah, I was going to ask them to do, but my workshop still doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Right.
I had PC ready for them to close the order, receive the order, but don't have any internet connection.
Do you have a line, data line?
Nothing.
Cat 5, Cat 6 cable? Not yet. Do you have a wireless connectivity? Still don't have.
Nothing.
Nothing. So they have to come to a spot that they have. Where is the nearest spot to your workshop that have this connection?
For the PC,
Yeah.
nowhere. Outside the workshop.
Outside the workshop. Then what?
Because I realized using the phone is not that easy, especially for order.
Yeah.
It's not that easy to use, and even me like sort of struggling to use.
Oh yes, of course. Because this is a new thing. New thing you only can get well when you do practice. So when you do practice, the more easier you want to use the work order, you must have all the information inside.
Yeah, I know.
First-
I solely talk about order. For example, when you open up the order by phone without getting it like on the side where you cannot see what is the problem description, what is the status, what is the problem, what is the type of machine. There's only work order number and equipment.
Yeah.
That's shown in the form. So that's why I want to run the work order with PC instead of, unless company give me a
Okay. It's like this. You have two types of login. Okay, into the apps user. One time is full license user and with a wider screen. The one we call it tab or a PC. Alright? The one that you can then key in the work order. In fact, if you have enough information inside your system, handphone also is good enough. But the problem is when you don't have enough information, you have to type. Every time you have
The
to
problem I
type.
say is
Yeah.
that it's like issue.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't type enough information. It's when I open order, it only shows the order number and equipment description only.
Yeah.
So I want them to see the problem description which I add on in the work order. So
Yeah.
then they can see, hey, this number, this machine have what problem, what should I do?
Yeah. Okay. We will explore on that one. We will explore on that one. No, we will explore on that one. But that one app user, is that the full license app user?
Yeah.
Full license, full license app user. Your problem is the screen.
I know.
The problem is the screen.
I know, but I
Okay.
cannot change anything.
Yeah.
I cannot buy that for them to use.
Right.
So that's
The
why
point
I
is
use
how
the
you
default
how you structure your work, your responsibility. Okay. What you want to request is resources.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So it's not the system problem. It's the
Yeah.
resources. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now all this issue, we should change this. That you, as what you say, Henry. When you want to look at equipment, you have to look at the history. You have to track back the history. Right? So that is where your health condition of the equipment. Right? The inspection. You can see more inspection that you can relate rather than just a handphone. Handphone is good for input information. Right? Okay? When you want to analyze, of course, I agree with you. Okay? You need to have
At least a 10.
yes, yes. Well, I think this one, I think the management should understand this one. Then we can discuss, and that is a good investment actually. Right? Right?
For workshop, I think DC will be enough, just connection.
Yeah. Right. But I think different department will have different issue. So let's go into it in the later stage. But today module we just introduce the work order. Okay, how you can work in the work order as a complete information. Okay. Right. Inventory. Wow. This is the most important thing. Without inventory, your system is like no meaning for you. Because eventually what you need to know is how much maintenance costs, correct? For you to do the job. Without that one, how you want to work out the cost? Almost like impossible, right? Now? Preventive schedule. Have you tried this PM routine template?
Try.
Yeah. Okay. This one actually is another area that you can look into it. But the most important, most urgent one and important one, in fact, is a inventory. This one. Put this as your priority. Top urgent priority. Employee. I see we haven't really go spread out to your technician yet.
Because as I understand, technician should be using standard user. Yeah, every technician using work accounts. The cost will be
So far we still have a lot of account.
not operator account. Like,
Use the operator first, alright? And then we will structure how we do it.
because mostly mine is using. I want them to use my operator. If I
That's
use
fine.
Operator account, they cannot.
We are prepared to increase
Oh, you mean
the
when
full user. Yes.
register first one?
Yes. No, we will plan and then we get management approval to increase the license. I think this is one of our steps. It's only we haven't reached the stage. But you must do what prior first before we spend the money.
So
Right.
individually.
Yeah, meaning now at the moment we are practicing, right now, we are doing work launching. Pre-launching means you still spend a lot of time idling your system. So you should make full use of this to practice, to train your people.
But operator account cannot accept work order, right?
No.
How should, if I open operator account, cannot train them to use it?
Okay, that is where what I'm trying to say, as you are now feeling that you put a PC, you need a connection that will solve your problem. Right? As a training purpose.
Meeting.
Yeah. Before you already open a full account for them, because when you open a full account for them, you start to pay. Right?
Operator account cannot use work order, right? How do I train them to use work order?
You have to pay for full license. No, I'm talking about buy more full license for you. Right?
In that time of
Yeah, at the time we haven't get to the launching right? But your people must train already, step by step. Example like your inspection, you must train your people to use, make it a habit. Right? Now to train habit is the most time consuming. To make them become a habit, look at your system. But when you look at your system, you must have enough information right? Okay, make them to use it. So that's why we started with inspection. The next one we will go for work order. Now we will have a lot of challenges in the work order. One of the challenges is connectivity. Right? Yeah, in the account. Alright? But at the same time, at the moment, when you can use it as an inspection, spread it out. spread it down. Let the people down there use it. Like you only use one name,
But
then you cannot track who is doing what. If you put more name, then you can start to track this guy. That what is their problem, their challenge. Yes, sir.
we got feedback from them.
Yes, correct.
So far,
Everybody is different one. No? When they use it, they will face different problem one. Right? No?
So far, all okay.
Yeah, I know. But if you spread it out, then you'll be more specific.
So far using my account for my reason is that this inspection should be done by operation team. We taking the job as inspection for
Okay.
next vehicle only.
Okay.
That's why I take the one account to share for 6 person. And 6 person is running on shift. There are 2 in the buddy system, so when they do checking are 2 people together. So when they together and my schedule can track this deck who is using this, who is using this.
Okay. You can organize your team, don't worry. If you really want to work with your production, there's a production.
So that's why I before this I asked Douglas to
Douglas,
operator.
my question. Have you logged into your account?
Yes.
You are using Nicholas' account, right?
No, Nicholas is not giving me the account. Actually, I'm using the operator one.
Okay, you should log in because your level you should log in into Nicholas' account. That's why we say share account. Just like Charles is sharing with Chen, sharing with the parents and all this. So you should share because you will be using a full license in the later stage. Then only you know what is the problem, what is happening. Okay? Right? But you have certain limitation for the operator account. But it's not that you totally don't see. But then you can start to, Henry, you can work out with Douglas to work out who is the one that's supposed to do the inspection. Can you spread it down together with him? If not, it's only to your department, then you will not have this feature. You know this feature? This one. Collaboration.
Solo do all the job.
No, you have to. That is where we call it the change of culture. What you want the system for is to change the culture. There is a way you can change your culture. So you need to work out collaboration. How you collaborate your team. And even Charles, even your site, right? Your furnace, you also can do that kind of TPM we call it. So you have to work out with Douglas. Maybe Douglas one person not enough. Right? So you have to discuss how you want to cooperate. Collaboration. Okay. Now we only see problem, but we haven't find way to solve it. Is that correct? So now we see the problem already. Now we have to find way to solve it. Don't just because of this problem I cannot do. Then it's very difficult. You have to reflect it to your management. Probably one day you have to talk to your GM. Okay, call a meeting. This is the thing that we have in the CMFS. We can't do this because we need this. I'm sure Mr. Goh, who initiated it, this software is initiated by him, right? I'm sure he will put a lot of effort to put the resources right for you. Even this message already carried to your boss. I'm sure, for this kind of investment, it's not very big. I think it's not very big. Should be able to do. Okay? Alright? Okay, Henry? You agree? Now, messaging. Now, this messaging for the system that we have now, it's not the enterprise version. So they actually didn't put this messaging into this package. So we also can talk about upgrading our package to be enterprise. The purpose why we do this is for you to learn first until you already familiar with all the system that this package have. Then we go for next package, right? Then you will enjoy all these benefits. This messaging, when you have a work order, the work order is dedicated to this area. The person in charge will see the message, and also you can text message also, like your SMS. Not only notification you can get, but also messaging. Okay. This one I think during the adding more information, more license the time. Probably at that time we will add in the enterprise level. So let's look at the system as a whole first. Then where we need to improve, where we need the resources, we should work it out. Okay, agree? Yeah? Okay, how we can use the work order to reduce the downtime? What is your idea? Where is your downtime come from when there is a breakdown?
Spare parts.
Spare part is one. Okay? Waiting time. Looking for spare parts. Right? Yeah? Preventive maintenance. Can reduce your downtime.
Okay.
But now you are doing it as your feeling.
What?
Feeling.
Not really. I have put the reminders.
Okay. Your area, what is the cycle time? Okay. Are you tracking it? Right? So it's a feeling. Some people, they don't send to you. How you want to do? No. It's not that you don't do. You do, but how you do it? Is that according to cycle time? No. So we can use the work order system by having inspection, by having PM, preventive maintenance schedule. Okay? Condition based. This is also come from inspection. When you go and inspect, then you predict, and then you any abnormality you predict, correct? And then you plan. I'm sure some of you already doing it, but you need a system that help you to schedule it. Alright? Unplanned downtime. So if you can inspect more, finding more problem before it fails, then you reduce your unplanned downtime. Repair before breakdown. Correct? So this is where the work order will help you. Okay? This one. First time fix. Do you know what it is? First time fix. Or some people call it one touch. Have you heard of these terms? Meaning, when there's a breakdown, you go and do it. Okay? Do it now. After you do it, is the machine can carry on for some period of time before another breakdown? Or when you do it, the quality of work is not done well, and then you break down again. So that is what we call one-time fix. How many percent is one-time fix? That means you define the time. Example, like when you do this job, this job is supposed to last for 1 week. Less than 1 week, it breaks down again, the same problem. So that means you don't fix it at one time for the problem. Some people measure it that way. Like your car. You drive a car, you send to the mechanic don't do the job well. Okay? After you drive the second day, you break down again, you should go and look for the maintenance mechanic again. Of course, it's not every case, but how many cases are like that? Like you repair a compressor, repair a pump. Huh? After repair a pump, your seal is supposed to last for 6 months, right? But then after you repair, it only lasts for 3 days. It leaks again. So this is what we call example of you don't complete the job at one time. You have to redo it again. Okay, that's what we call this. So these are all helping to reduce downtime. Only when you do tracking, give your instruction well, you inspect the quality of work before you accept the work order, close it well. So all this is how well you do it. So that is where a work order provide a system for you so that you can monitor and control what parameter or what item that you want to control. Okay. Next, cost management. You want to reduce maintenance costs. Every day, I'm sure your management will be asking you to talking about cost. But how? Look like talk is easy, but not so easy to do. Right now, number one, cost management. How you manage your cost? When the thing come, purchasing, once they deliver, all charge up. One of the problem, right? Because you don't want to store it. Or after you store it, how you track in your account, also a problem. When they take it, when they charge it out. So to avoid not charge out or miss out any charge out, so what you do, better you charge out everything so that you are safe. Is that correct? No, still less work. Because they want to make sure they don't miss out anything that not accounted in the account. So the best way is everything comes, charge out. But then time is a problem because you are not using it at one time. You may use it during the breakdown, but you won't know the thing that you want to use it. Is it 1 year later? Is it 6 months later? But you charge out. So that's what we call cost management. So avoid bulk charge out, and how you want to do budget control. You can't do budget control. Right now. So that is where maintenance costs. Want to reduce maintenance costs, we have to manage the cost well. Secondly, inventory costs. I'm sure you already experienced some of the things that overstocking. Or after you buy, you stock it but not using because obsolete or because the thing no more use. So all this, right? Or what overstocking, accurate stock. You don't know how accurate is your stock. So order and reorder. Right? And purchasing costs. You can't do strategic planning on your purchasing. You cannot have a good bargain. Is that alright? Purchasing. You can't do a good bargain because when things urgent, you can't bargain. You can't buy bulk. You can't buy in one quantity, right? So you can't ask for bulk discount. So these are the things that Also cost of maintenance. Reduce damage. Some of the items, when you have a proper work done, proper fixing, it prolong your life. You don't break down so much. Okay? And repair before the major breakdown. Small repair, you must repair now. You don't wait until major breakdown only you repair. Okay, this is also one of the way reduce cost. Reduce damage to other parts. Sometimes the parts that you want supposed to change, okay, you don't change it. But then once it break down, it may cause other parts to break down. Have you had this type of experience? If you don't repair something, when it's break down, it causes other parts to break down. Got that? Right? So these are also will be reducing your damage, will be reducing your maintenance costs. So these are the two main objectives actually for us to control a proper work order. Okay? Any questions so far? Right? Let's see what's the time now. Time check. Let me see. Okay, any questions so far before I go to the next topic? Work order life cycle. Any questions so far? Like Henry, he bring out a few questions to discuss just now.
So far.
Chen, you have any question? Just now talking about the work order, the overview, about the why is it important. Okay, Nicholas pula. Christopher, so far so good. Douglas, Afik, good, all good. Okay, we talk about work order life cycle before we have a break. We cover another topic. Okay, just now who bring out that work order is by handphone, by not handphone, by WhatsApp. So when you do by WhatsApp, it's very difficult to complete a cycle. How to initiate it is also a problem. How to initiate it? If somebody call you, oh, there's a problem. Right? But that become breakdown. Only call you. Before breakdown, no initiation. Is there any situation that no breakdown got initiation of work order? Electrical, maybe many area you are run to fail. Right? So probably your strategy is a bit different. But if you have inspection, of course, it will help you somewhere. Right? But who is doing the inspection? Okay. So far, when you see the problem, they just WhatsApp you. Or you have a form to fill up, and then that form will just filing. Got problem, when you track back. No problem, just filing. Any review or any so look like a lot of work order is being initiated when there is a breakdown. Is that correct? Can I put that statement? No breakdown, no initiation. So your strategy is what? It become breakdown maintenance, reactive maintenance. Right? Of course, your area, some of your compressor, do you run to fail or do you have PM? Your PM. Any chance after PM any case of breakdown? Okay, so very significantly, we always based on breakdown maintenance, correct? This is not a good practice. Maintenance, there's a lot of strategy, man. Your preventive maintenance, your breakdown maintenance, your predictive maintenance, your condition-based maintenance. We've been talking about it previously. Yes or no? So to initiate, so a work order is a life cycle. It's a life cycle. That means you don't just do it by giving information, WhatsApp, and then follow up, do you do the job? And that's it. So there is more than that. Alright? So it's a whole life cycle. Okay? Let's see what is a life cycle of a work order. So we started with work request initiation. Just now we only talk about significantly only one initiation. Breakdown, only you initiate the work order. Okay? There are more ways than this, right? There are more different method of initiation. We go through it. And then we have work order creation that we can track later. Okay? You issue the work order, you issue to who, when you want to plan it, when to schedule it. Can you plan a work order at specific date? Occasionally you can. No, not all the time. And only you know until that day. Only you give the instruction. Can you prepare before you do it? Only initiated, okay, about the time when you want to do. Can the person assigned to do the job prepare early instead of you yourself asking them to do the job? So these are issue work order way before. We plan way before. So to cultivate the habit that this guy can do the job before, without being told at that time. They already know beforehand. Okay? So you issue the work order earlier, work execution, then you adding the information, the parts that you use at that time, how many man hour you use, how many breakdown hour, all this information, okay? And then you review and you do the closing. So it's a series of activity, it's a process for a work order. Clear? It is not a one-time task. It's a whole process. Okay? But of course, this is a culture change. If you do somewhere and then you stop it, you don't follow up, then the system will, every time you are pending, just like your inspection now, it's a simple inspection. But then if you don't close it, it's always pending. Once it's pending, it's no more meaning. Right? Everything pending, don't know which one is which. So if you clear the system, we follow up, then we keep the list as tidy as possible, then easy for us to manage. Alright? So we did review and closing. Analyze and continuous improvement. This one we will not talk about it today. We will talk about it next module, at the advanced module where everybody starts to practice and then start to get more information. Alright, more data in the system. Then we'll talk about how to analyze and the continuous improvement based on the information we have in the system. So it's a process. So it's a process. So we call it the work order life cycle. It's a process. Then we can close the cycle. Okay? So remember, work order is not one-time problem, one-time task, or one-time instruction. Okay? It's a whole series of process. If you can complete the whole process, that will be very meaningful by using a CMMS that can help you. Alright? Now, just how we talk about create a request. So at the moment, usually how the request come from? By WhatsApp? Parents? How's your system in your area? WhatsApp? Who will make the instruction to you? Production. I thought you point to Christopher production. So most of the time it's production that give you the initiation. So for production that is called a request. So we have to create a system that we can do a request. Now, a requester can be a non-login user, or can it be a login user? We can make an account login user, then we make it like public for that department. You don't call it public, you call it departmental requester. Meaning, if you have production as a requester, then you can open the app for the people that can do the request. If he is also an inspector, then you don't have to use that account. I'm talking about here is the account that create for the technician or operator that his responsibility is not include inspection. Because if you open an inspection login user account, there's already a repair request function there. You can choose. Okay, this is what I'm trying to create one requester account for each different department. Now, why each different department? Because when a production open this account, okay, you will select the location, correct? So the information will only flow to that location. People, employee or engineer that assigned to this location. That means the information will not flow to a vehicle. That means then you can concentrate and focus your information. Otherwise, everybody information now mix up. Then it become very long a lot of information inside. Then very difficult for you to filter out or to keep focus. So that is one of the suggestion. Oh, example. Let's say this operator Ali. Okay, I just take one example. He is not a login user. Now, if he want to repair a request, what should he do? One way is by WhatsApp. So now we take WhatsApp out of our system first. Okay. So then we give Ali to download an app, and then we give him this requester account. And this requested account can give to those operators that do not open as a login account. That means without login account, we can give this account apps to him. So he can use that apps for the purpose just for requesting. Clear? Is my explanation clear? So most of the time, I check parents again. Besides the production that requests your repair, did your operator or technician that go around and inspect your ship? Your own technician. When your own technician see the problem, did he initiate the repair? Or he go and repair himself? How's the case? Repair by himself and no record nothing. Yeah. So your own record up. So that this is informal record. Right? So that is where, but if it is an inspector, you can create a request from the inspection sheet. This is solely on the requested account that without inspection. Okay. Then as an app user, so I suggest every department will create a requested account so that you can give to the operator that without login account. His function is only request for repair. Okay, clear? And I think this is only the steps. Like one, app user as a requester. Okay, then setting up a user. Example like the login name is called requester, or you can be furnace requester, or can be RMHS requester, or can be any department requester. And password, you give a simple password because this one can open, no problem. There's no other information than requesting. And then section, it can be a furnace, just now, as I said. And setting repair request. You also can add in one more information called accident. But whether this is useful or not, secondary. Okay. The important is still the request. And then we create that account, give the account to him, and then he can do the request. Okay. So far, the steps, not difficult. Okay. Okay. Just now we talk about how you initiate the work order, correct? So we are talking about breakdown. Breakdown is when you see the breakdown, you start to create a work order request. So this is called repair request. One of the way. Another way, inspection from. From the inspection, you see something problem, you put a toggle switch, you switch it to repair request. I think you know already. Those people who do inspection already know this. Right? So this one I don't have to further elaborate. Okay. So for the repair request, we've been talking quite from just now until now. We've been talking about it. Mainly apply to breakdown. Just like create an app user account. Just now we've been talking by operation department. Yeah. So this is that's what our practice now. Your practice now. Mostly it's the production department that put out the request. So this is by department. Okay. Now inspection. This is how I go through. From it's a condition based. Normally it's a condition. So you have to train your operator, inspector, to detect abnormality. Okay, and request for repair before it breaks down. So this is a very good practice. a lot of time when the operator or inspector see the problem currently without this system, what will happen? He cannot stop now. When he cannot stop now, that means he can't do any repair now, correct? Then, what's the next action he is? Will keep to himself. You don't ask, you don't say. Right? Is this situation like that? I think he will not go and tell you, or maybe some he will tell you lah. Hey, di sana sudah dekat mau rosak. Right? Or just message to you, sudah mau rosak. But then follow-up action is what? You can have a problem of overlooking. Is that correct? So, this way you will not overlooking this issue. Hi, Adrian. How are you? Are you not joining?
Huh?
Are you not joining or you are joining?
Joining.
Oh, okay. Come here. Front. Okay, this is the toggle to fail, and then the item will go to work order. So this one mainly is to repair before it fails. Repair before it fails. Right? Okay, another one. Henry just woke up because he has some experience of the PM. Anybody start to use PM template? Because last training we start to talk about PM, right? But have you scheduled? I think very good for you to PM by using apply to compressor, because for compressor you have a very definite cycle. That is the easiest one to start. So I hope you start to use this PM. You know what happened to this PM actually? You see this PM is like this. When you have this template, let's say now what is your cycle time? 2,000 hours? 2,000 hours. So, but the one point is you have to key in your running hour. If without keying the running hour, then the computer will difficult for you, or no way to trace it for you. So that's why I'm asking Adrian the other day, whether do you want to register individual machine? Because by register individual machine, then you can track running hour individually. If not, then you will go by day. By day, then it means you go back to half manual tracking again. Okay, depends how you use it. Okay, let's think about running hour. Now, how to track this running hour is like that. When you have 2,000 hours, so you start to count. Then you give a pre-warning, pre-notification. Example like, you give a warning 200 hours before the 2,000 hours, that means 10%, instead of 10%. Okay? Until it runs until 1,900 hours, then that notification, okay, will jump to the equipment due list, due soon. Okay, due soon. That means that you have 100 hours to prepare for that repair. That is under preventive maintenance. You set up the recurrent task. Okay? And this one usually you follow the operation manual. Any things that follow operation manual, I think a lot for the vehicle. Is that correct, Afiq?
Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
Do you create this one?
Yes. For forklift, yeah.
So important thing is you must key in their running hour meter.
Yeah, running hour.
So that means that the operator must always key in running hour. So that one you have to work out with.
But sometimes we lost track about the running hour.
Doesn't matter. We do whichever we can first. Because sometimes your working hour, your running hour, you may sometimes meter damage, correct? Sometimes meter not running, so you can't track, right? So we track those can be tracking first. If those cannot be tracked, you put on days. You also can have a running days. I mean to initiate the repair. Henry? So we have three ways of doing a work order initiation. One way is directly repair request, breakdown to request. So we create a specific account for the requester. So it's getting hot or cold. I think you need cold, right? But they want cold, right? So they off or on down.
We call go outside a while.
Okay, okay, this one, another one is, the purpose of this one actually is to improve your mean time before failure. Alright, so this PM is to define a cycle. Anything you can do a cycle definition, then you put it into the PM. The PM will automatically put the task into your due list, okay, and to initiate the work order. So these are three methods. And then number four is event maintenance. What is meant by event maintenance? Shutdown, small shutdown, not necessarily a major shutdown, but anyway, there is a time that a specific event for you to do something. That it may not be a cycle time. You may think that, okay, boss say 1 week later there's a shutdown for furnace. So that is called an event. So an event, what you do, how you create a work order? You directly create work order on the system. You don't need to go through the requester. There will be no prompt on notification. So you directly create. Directly create meaning that in your mind, you already know what you need to do. So you can directly create. So there is 4 methods of creating work order. One way is repair request, inspection prompt, PM task, the preventive maintenance, and event maintenance. This one is direct. So far, any question? So there's 4 ways for you to create a work order. 3 ways is an auto function. Automatic. The 4th one is direct. It means directly you go to the system, and normally this one will be done by engineer or manager. This one will be done by operator. This one will be done by inspector. This one will be done by system itself. But you must set up PM cycle. Like your belt. Can you define the belt PM cycle? Cannot. Why? Because no data. Alright? When you have a data, eventually that data will tell you the cycle time. Provided it must run normal. If you don't run normal, your damage is by scraping. Then you cannot blame the system because you don't run normal. So that's why inspection is always make sure that the thing runs normally. Right? Okay, see what's the next topic. What's the time now? Time check. Please check what's the time now. 10:31. Okay. Let me cover a little bit before we go for a break. Cover a little bit more. Okay. Now, can you please open your work order? Can you please open your work order screen in your computer? You already open work order? Do you have a work order? Yes. So you have a lot of forklifts. Oh, you got quite a number of work order. Yes. Do you see this type of thing? This logo? Those who don't have those who haven't created any work order, you won't see anything, correct?
Yeah.
Huh? Can you go and look at the equipment that has a logo here? This one, like a clock. This one like a spanner. That's the meaning, you know. This meaning is PM task, preventive maintenance task. Is by this clock. This spanner actually is a repair task. Repair request.
Yang sudah.
Okay?
Yang sudah.
So when you create the task, it will tell you the task detail.
Inspection.
Yeah. Inspection meaning is asking you to do this inspection. Your inspection must complete. That's why it has a two button here. One is to click to continue your inspection. This one is a task that you create new work order. So you click here, it will jump to new work order with the task inside the work order. So later on, we are going to create the work order in the next exercise. Then you will see this. So I just introduce you this one first. Okay? Where do you see this? This one you see in the home screen. Eh? Okay, next. Okay, after you create this work order, what will happen? Okay, when you create work order, you will start a work order in a new page. But before that, you can click the task. Just now I told you. You click the task, you will have who is the requester. Okay, this requester is public. I have an account called public requester. So main problem. Okay, burner unable to start. So in this summary, you can read all this already before you really open the detail. So that is how you, very easy for you to manage the work order. Manage a equipment deal, the problem. Okay. Now to cancel it, you have to open this, the task, then open the update task, and then you delete. Sometimes the request may not valid. You know, sometimes when you give this requester to the operator may key in one by mistake or whatever, right? So you need to cancel it. Don't leave it in the system. Housekeeping it. Always need to do housekeeping in the system, right? Okay. So this is to cancel. You are able to cancel it. Okay, we will do a practice on this in the return after our break. Okay, once we create new work order, the screen of this will come up. Now, these are the dates that you have to be very careful, because all these dates will carry meaning. Okay, carry meaning. Now, assigning this work order you assign to which operator or which technician to carry out the work. This is called tracking. You assign this job to him. And this one thing good about this one, you can assign more than one. Meaning you can assign a team that here, you can assign 2 or 3 people in this team. This one is to add new. This is to add new. When you click employee, you type the name, employee list will come up, and then you can choose. New employee that you haven't in the system, you can add here. And that is a vendor. You even can assign this job to vendor. That you assign to, probably it's called ECC. So you can put a vendor, okay, key in vendor. Now schedule. What is a schedule? Schedule date. Schedule date is where this work order should be start. Should be. That means you already assigned the date. It should be start the date. Okay? Due. What is due meaning? work order should be completed. That means you should start here and you complete here. But is it ideally every time like that? You cannot. It can be start earlier, or you start later, or you complete much later than the due. So all these that the computer will track for you. But these 2 days, you have to put very seriously on these 2 days. If you are serious on this day, your technician will become serious. If you are not serious on this day, that don't carry any meaning to you. Then you cannot carry this responsibility to the technician. So, currently, I suggest this form is done at least by engineer or manager. That means you look at this task, but you have to be well experienced enough that this task you have done it before. Like Adrian, when you want to repair a pump, you look at the pump. You know when I can start, how long you should finish it, because you got enough experience. So to fill up this day, you must be serious and must be accurate. If you are not accurate, if you are not serious, nothing becomes serious. When nothing becomes serious, it won't carry any meaning. Right, Henry? This date, do you think this date is important to you?
It is if
If
I'm able to.
Correct. So that's what I'm trying to say. It has to be serious.
But so far I didn't know.
Yeah. Huh? If you don't key in these 2 dates accurate enough, it will turn out be not serious. And not serious means nobody take it.
Yeah, I understand that the schedule and due is the thing that I plan and I know what to do.
Yeah.
But if for like troubleshooting, you have to know what is wrong with the machine. And you can.
But you also have to estimate.
Yeah.
Because eventually you may use this information to analyze how efficient is your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the many ways you can interpret something. But first, what I'm trying to tell or inform you is these 2 days you start to get serious, it becomes very useful. If you are not serious or not accurate, it's no meaning. Right? Okay, type of repair. Now this type of repair, you can type anything, but you must have an objective. Just like some equipment. Equipment fail, start to repair, it has a downtime. But that downtime not necessarily, this is one of my example. This downtime not necessarily affect production.
Yeah, correct.
Right? So you can differentiate it by using the type. You can type some keywords that you can differentiate this job, this work order is affected production downtime. This job do not affect production downtime. So when you analyze a job, then you can filter. So or you have an objective. I want to analyze something like hydraulic system. Okay? I want to analyze hydraulic system failure due to overheat. Then here you can put overheat leaking. No, this is one of the examples. So next time when you do filtering, then you can take out all these problems that then you can analyze. So that means that when you want to plan a type, no point you just simply type one reason. You have to be strategically understand what you want to use it for. Then it becomes useful. Okay. Oh, this aircon still warm. Right. But I see it on now, but you see.
Yeah, no cold again.
Red hot again. Lack of PM. Okay, then there's a lot of place where you can put notes. And this one this one is what? This one is an option field. Because not everybody have the same problem. You may have your option field. So you can put an option field here. So if I want to determine, just like what my example say, that this work order affect production downtime. So I can put production downtime as a specific field. So you have to think about what option, but you only have limited option for you to fill up. I think probably this one is 2 options or something like that. Okay, so new custom field. This is option field. You can create option field for specific purpose. Okay, so this is how you key in the information. Alright, then you save and then you can start to fill it. It's adding the information. Alright, adding tasks. The task that it appear here automatically once you create a new work order. Once you have a direct request for repair, because you will tell what kind of task you want to repair, correct? That will automatically appear here. Or from the inspection, that equipment, example like you have compressor number 2, okay, need repair, what repair? It will automatically appear here. Okay? Or during the repair, sometimes you send your forklift to come in, or only identify 2 tasks. But eventually after you do, during the repair, you have more tasks to repair. Can happen, right? You can add tasks. That means it's not limit for you. You can add new tasks. Or you can plan this list for event repair. You know event repair? Just like event maintenance. Just how you just move out. I'm talking about, I'll cover this passage. You know, when you have a shutdown, example, you already know these are the tasks that you want to do. You can key here all the tasks that you want to do, and then you print this work order sheet out and you give to the technician. You will have to follow this task. This is what we call clear instruction. Okay? And continue from this task, you can add parts. Now this part is very interesting. If you have stock, when you key in that part, the list will come up. The filter list will come up. Then you can still select. No need to type all the time. You just type a few words like contactor. You just type contactor before you finish CONT. Whatever, anything with CONT will come up. The more complete words you type, the more shorten the list. So it's easy for filtering, for identification. If the stock is 0, you cannot add, because it's appeared there 0. The remaining parts also appear. When you add parts at time, when you select that part, every part, the stock status is automatically appear here already. Then you know how many parts remaining you have. So there are so many interactive features here. Okay? Add label. What is the technician name also can put down. How long it take. This job involve, this task involve how many people, this task involve how many people. Although we have an assignee is overall in charge. From the overall in charge, every task you can assign different people for the label. Add notes. Every task you can add additional notes. So when you refer back to that work order, you know at that time I want to remind myself or I want to remind somebody else the important things that happened in this work order. That means once you have this work order done, not only in your handphone, okay, anybody responsible for the maintenance of this job, he can check this work order. And this work order will be stored in where? Under a grouping of that equipment. So for that equipment, you click on that equipment, you click on the history. All the work order that belong to this equipment will be listed out there. So all these are automatically sorted out in the system. Okay. And then there's one extra optional feature. We call it pending approval. Now this button here, in the later stage you will see, it has a status for you to key in. I suggest, okay, the technician, if well trained, they should be able to add in information. Once they complete the task, they will add in this information. So that means that you don't have to wait every time for engineer to key in information. You will train the supervisor. Maybe you can train our senior technician or the leader, that they can key this. But you want to make sure the information they key is correct before you close it. So you need to do a checking. So I suggest that there is an optional function here that you can say click pending approval. So after the technician fill in all this information, you will click pending approval. That means you complete information and pending for approval. So let the engineer or the manager to check the list again, to close it, put complete. This is the complete button. When you put complete, what will happen? Let me see. Okay, when you click complete, it will come out closing date, where is completion date, completion time. And then you can also click run hour. If you are tracking on run hour, you can key your closing on the run hour. Like compressor, you complete this job complete at this run hour meter. Also you can. Now this one is very important. Why? Because this time indicate your starting of the task and completion of the task here to calculate your downtime. That means automatically it will calculate your downtime. So for every equipment, you can track the downtime.
So the important thing is I realize in order to track the downtime, the work order open is really let's start from the work order open, right?
No.
It starts from in progress.
Yes. So that means two time is very important. Last time when I practiced this one, the technician, when he want to start to repair, he will change the status to in progress. Then the starting time log in. Okay? Then the closing. After you check all this, you know when they finish the job. Okay? Then you click in the accurate time. Then you will calculate accurate breakdown time. So in order for us to do a proper tracking, alright, the good practice in Malaysia, our working attitude or working culture, still have to use paper and system together. If without paper also getting one. Because you got no basis. So normally, before I give instruction for the technician to do the job, I will print this work order. So he has this work order, we will carry this work order to the work. Because our technician, not all, has a discipline. So disciplined enough that he can do everything on the handphone or on the system. So best is give them the paper. And then they will put all the information in the system, in the paper, and come back to the station. Okay? Key at the station. So you provide a station here. Example like maybe in this office, you provide one computer just for this system here. So they will go to the system and complete it and close it. Before they close it, they add in the just now I say pending approval. So once engineer check it, satisfy the job, maybe you have to go there and check the quality of their work. Whether they say complete, is it really complete? Sometimes they complete but not complete well. Okay? So you really satisfied, then you start to put in this information that will log in the system. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now we are finished talking about the work life cycle, open work order. So the next session after break, we will practice directly on the computer how you create work order and give you a feel of how you do it. Then you can continue after this session. From tomorrow onwards, you can start to key in work order to practice.